Wait a moment.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Good morning.
It's time to wake up.
This is Snowman in the Morning, and it begins now.
Oh, somebody got his head knocked off!
Down.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah. Ha ha. Back once again and loving every minute of it. This time, no technical difficulties. This is going to be an express edition. Good morning. Woo! Now that I'm awake, how do y'all feel? Morning, folks. Welcome to Snowman in the Morning. And we kick off your Thursday, and thank you for spending part of your Thursday with us, the Express Edition. We're brought to you in part by Cleaver Supplements. Our team is excited to provide you with an impeccable shopping experience and remains available to assist at any time. Natural supplements such as the Super Fat Burner, the Carnitine Stack, the famous Swole Serum for your workouts, and much more. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, do not hesitate to contact them via telephone. Where'd it go? Via telephone or email, and one of our experienced team members will get back to you. They are Cleaver Supplements, pure supplements for when genetics are just not enough. Visit them at Cleaver Supplements. That's KLIEWER supplements.com. Also, we're presented by ButcherBox, dedicated to bringing you 100% grass-fed beef, organic chicken, and heritage-bred pork delivered on your schedule for less than $6.50 per meal. They offer a 2 to 5 day delivery, and the meat is flash frozen at the peak of freshness, packed with dry ice, and shipped directly to your door each month. Visit them at butcherbox.com or go to either snowmaninthemorning.com or arenasportsnet.com and place your order today. They are the Butcher Box. And the first, I thought I was ready. I'm ready. And the first half of today's Express episode is brought to you in part by Countryside Realty. Their team of realtors are ready to handle your real estate transaction with honesty, professionalism, and over 17 years of industry knowledge. Don't go unrepresented in one of the largest investments of your life. Call the Demont office at 219-987-7355. Serving all of Northwest Indiana, Countryside Realty, where professionalism matters. Good morning, everybody. Express edition of Snowman in the Morning coming at you. We'll talk NBA. Mark Heffernan will join me at 35 past the hour, so 31 minutes from now, Mark Heffernan will join me. Going to preview the Raiders and the Chiefs in Kansas City for Thursday Night Football. And yes, I'm going to talk about more than the color rush uniforms. I promise you that. If you haven't read it already, go to arenasportsnet.com and check out Christie's NFL preview, where she previews tonight's game, the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. I want to say good morning to my brother, JJ Neely, down in Texas, who brings some good talk about the Cowboys and about the Dallas Stars. And I say this kiddingly, JJ, the Hawks are going to kick your ass. No, JJ and I kid each other all the time. And I love this man dearly. With everything that he's gone through in life, he getting through college, and he's going to do a lot of great things with Arena Sportsnet. Hey, folks, Later today is the full unadulterated launch of Arena Sportsnet Indiana's website. Go to indiana.arenasportsnet.com at 4 p.m. Central today. 4 p.m. Central today. Our first affiliate is in its full launch. It's Arena Sportsnet Indiana. All right, let's get into this, shall we? It's a basketball episode, doggone it. I said I'd preview the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. So I'm going to do that here in the first segment. And then I got some basketball chatter for you, talking about a team that no one wants to talk about. Mark Heffernan will be on a rampage this morning, talking about his beloved Lakers. And then I'll close things out with the spoken word in the final segment. All right, going, shall we? I beg your pardon. The Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. This is the first time that I remember the Oakland Raiders playing such a meaningful game this late in the season. But them being 10-2 coming into tonight, who saw that coming? I certainly didn't. This is a good team, period. I believe is going to wind up being the most valuable player. I really believe that Derek Carr, with the way he has led this Raider team, valuable player. Now, about the Chiefs, I would be leery of this team for the simplest of reasons. In the month of December, they find ways to squeal out of jams and win, like your superhero, like Spider-Man or Superman or whomever. They find weak ways to win. Last week, for example, against Atlanta, they had no business, none, winning that game. Can I get a witness, Christy Lubeck Atkins? They had no business winning that bad boy, and yet they did. On a block, this is the second time, I've talked with Mark Kelly about this yesterday, the second time this year we have seen a blocked extra point, or in this case, an interception, brought back for a 2-point conversion to win the game. Let's go over some numbers, shall we? This is what Derek Carr has done. He has thrown for 3,375 yards, and he has thrown 24 touchdowns. 24. This kid knows how to run an offense, period, okay? Latavius Murray has rushed for 553 yards. He's rushed for 11 touchdowns. Amari Cooper leads the Raiders with 68 receptions, and he's teetering on a 1,000-yard season. Michael Crabtree with 67 for 785 yards. Amari Cooper has 981 yards. Amari Cooper's caught 4 touchdowns. Michael Crabtree has caught 7. Seth Roberts with 31 receptions has caught 5. Clive Wilford has caught 2. Here are the numbers for the Kansas City Chiefs. Alex Smith in a starting role, and good for him. He's thrown for 2,567 yards. He's thrown 11 touchdowns. Their leading rusher is Spencer Ware, who has rushed for 734 yards, but only 3 rushing touchdowns. Get to that in a moment. Travis Kelce is the man to watch. 65 receptions, leads the team with 815 yards and 3 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill has caught 50 for 481. He leads the team with 5 touchdowns. Per game, the Raiders just about at 400 yards, 391.7. The Chiefs are at 333. Passing yards, way in favor of the Raiders, 277.1 to 234.6. And this, I believe, will be the difference in the game. The rushing yards per game, 0.6 for the Raiders, 98.8 for the Chiefs. Have you noticed that since the Sunday night game against Denver in Oakland, suddenly the Raiders have found not only a running back, but a running game. Latavius Murray was the man that game. Took a lot of pressure off of Derek Carr. I think that running game is going to be the difference in the game tonight. If Spencer Ware is able to get going early for the Chiefs, it'll be in their favor. But if Latavius Murray is able, and this is how Murray attacks, and you've seen a lot of running backs do this lately. 2 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards per carry, like in the first quarter or the first half. But then all of a sudden, when they grind up their opposing defense, you'll see them get 7 yards a carry. You'll get a 7-yard carry, 8-yard carry, 10-yard carry, and then the double-digit carries start coming. That's what happened when Oakland played Denver a few weeks ago in Denver. And then they'll wind up busting a big one. If you're looking for the big one early, it's not going to happen unless, everybody gets caught by surprise. Eric Ewell, my buddy from Fenger High School on Chicago South Side, checking out the festivities. What up, Double E? Good to have you with us. And good to have the folks that are listening in with us. Also checking us out on the Facebook Live and via YouTube. We got all our channels going this morning. We'll decide this game. And because of that, and because of the way Derek Carr is playing, I say the Oakland Raiders will pull out the win tonight, 28-23. And should they do so, it will give them a 2-game lead in the West. They're already up 2 games on Denver. It would behoove Denver to win this weekend. I'll do all the rest of my picks tomorrow. But as far as tonight goes, the Oakland Raiders will win 28-23, and they'll move to 11-2 on the year. The only thing that may stop that is the fact that Kansas City is at home. So, Eric, there's your answer. I am picking the Oakland Raiders to win by 5. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a defensive game until the second half. But don't be surprised if this Oakland running game gets an early start and takes a lot of pressure off of Derek Carr, because we're talking about Derek Carr on the road here. A quarterback that's playing great. And yes, Christy, in that loud stadium, the Oakland Raiders will chop the Chiefs down the size. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout at all. But I am one for picking upsets. This will be one. A 1-game lead in the West will become a 2-game lead in the West for the Silver and Black. I am picking the Oakland Raiders. And that impromptu is our South Lake Body Auto Pigskin pick for today, and it's brought to you by South Lake Body Auto Sales, where your job is your credit and everybody drives, and also by South Lake Body Auto Shop. Both places are in Maryville, Indiana, a full-service mechanic repair shop, repair and paint jobs on all makes and models of cars and trucks. The auto shop is open from 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, Saturday 8 to 3. And you can give them a call at 219-947-9900. Well, Christy's official pick is the Chiefs, but she's quietly pulling for Oakland. She's doing it quietly. Doggone, stay put, will you? She's doing it quietly. I'm doing it aloud. I am boldly and loudly picking the Oakland Raiders to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Will it be easy? No. It will no doubt be a meat grinder of a game tonight. But it will be in favor of the Oakland Raiders, and they'll do it by no more than 5 points. This will be a 5-point game or less. Raiders and the Chiefs. And anybody who knows NFL history knows the Raiders and the Chiefs get into some slobber knockers, to borrow a term. I'm overdue for a break, but let me take a break and come back. When we come back, I'll start my NBA chat with a little something about a team that everyone expected to have problems with. Or everyone expected to have problems because of the turnover. Ha, ha, ha. Fooled y'all. And last night proved it. Snowman in the morning, off and running and back. Introduce South Lake Body Auto Sales is a used car dealership located at 3970 East Lincoln Highway in Maryville. 1 block east of Sam's Club, where your job is your credit and everybody drives. We're open from 9 to 6 Monday through Saturday. Get great deals on cars such as a 2004 Mitsubishi Outlander, a 2005 BMW X3, a 2010 Ford Fusion, a 2008 Chevy Malibu, a Buick LaCrosse, and much, much more. In the East Lincoln Highway in Maryville, or call 219-947-9901. Or you can jump online and visit southlakebodyautosales.com. South Lake Body Auto Sales, where your job is your credit and everybody drives. Today's program is brought to you by Cleaver Supplements, the official presenting sponsor of Arena Sports Net. Our team is excited to provide you with an impeccable online shopping experience and remains available to assist at any time. We have natural supplements such as our Super Fat Burner, our Carnitine Stack, the famous Swole Serum for your workouts, and much more. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, do not hesitate to contact us via telephone or email, and one of our experienced team members will get back to you. Cleaver Supplements, pure supplements for when genetics are just not enough. The Best Western LaPorte Hotel and Conference Center is the only full-service hotel located in Northwest Indiana near beautiful Pine Lake. We have a superior location near Lake Michigan and are a short drive from Chicago or South Bend. You may enjoy the use of our exercise facilities, refresh yourself with a dip in our indoor or outdoor heated pool, relax in our hot tub, grab a refreshing cocktail in our lounge, or dine at our in-house restaurant. Also, for your enjoyment and convenience, we have a dome area that includes a game room, shuffleboard, miniature golf, and playground. This newly renovated setting, combined with our impeccable personalized service, is sure to provide an elegant resort experience at an affordable price. For more information or for reservations, call 219-362-4585. That's 219-362-4585.
Now what's that? I say, now what's that boy up to? Better check on it, yeah.
You're listening to Snowman in the Morning.
Ask a silly question, get a silly answer.
Off and rolling on this Express edition, Thursday edition of Snowman in the Morning. We are brought to you by Cleaver Supplements, and we are brought to you by Countryside Realty. This first portion of the show brought to you by Countryside Realty. And also, we are presented in part by Wrist Candy Plus. If you remember, that's one of the prizes we gave away. Customize your wrist with a twist. Look them up on Facebook, Wrist Candy Plus. And it's a great time to shop Wrist Candy Plus for the sports fan in your family that wants to represent their team, or in my case, represent our brand, with a twist. Wrist Candy Plus. Customize your wrist with a twist. Express edition today, 20 after the hour, 20 minutes past the hour. And I'm about to say a couple things that's going to make a few people mad, but I don't care. And I know Christy's going to get a kick out of this because she referenced this team to me yesterday before she put up a baseball article. And go check out her writing when she previews every week in the NFL. And just go check out our articles on arenasportsnet.com. She's phenomenal. Everybody talk mess about the Golden State Warriors. I heard everything from they're not going to be that good. They're going to have chemistry issues. They won't be the same. They're not as deep as they were. I'll agree with that last statement. They're not as deep as they were. They lost 7 players to free agency. 7. And yet, despite all of that, are the bad penny that no one wants to see. Don't want to see this. You definitely don't want to see this team come spring. Everything going on with the Warriors, everything that has gone on with the turnover, the story about Steve Kerr, smoking marijuana to help his back. It's marijuana for medicinal purposes, so get off his back already. The NBA even released a statement saying it's not relevant. Everybody's trying to find a reason to bring this team down, and yet, by virtue of a 115-98 win over the Los Angeles Clippers, and the Clippers once upon a time had the best record in the NBA, but it is the defending Western Conference champion Golden State Warriors who have the best record. I'll get back on them in a moment. Let me take you through the slate that was last night. Charlotte over Detroit, 87-77. Boston crowned Orlando 117-87. The Brooklyn Nets are learning how to win basketball games. They beat Denver 116-111. It was Atlanta 103, Miami 95. Miami's in for a long season. The Milwaukee Bucks are 2 games over 500. They beat the Portland Trail Blazers 115-107. And I can't wait to have Mark Heffernan on this morning because of what happened to his beloved Lakers. 134-95. The Lakers lose to the Houston Rockets. The Knicks didn't fare any better. 126-94. They were crowned by the world champion Cleveland Cavaliers. The Dallas Mavericks are going to suffer. They lost to Sacramento 120-89. It was Indiana 109 and Phoenix 94. And as I said, the Golden State Warriors, who I believe will win it all this year and take back what is rightfully theirs, they beat the Clippers 115-98. Did you guys really think the Golden State Warriors? Okay, let me make this preface. They got rocked by the San Antonio Spurs in Oracle Arena opening night of the season. Then the Lakers put the screws to them. But after the Lakers put the screws to them, the Warriors ripped off 12 in a row before a double overtime loss at home against Houston. Whenever you beat Golden State at Oracle Arena, forgive the way I'm going to phrase this, all you do is piss them off. They're going to win another 12 in a row before they lose again. May not be that much, but this Golden State Warrior team does something Cleveland doesn't do, does something the Knicks don't do. They're having fun. Even in losses, they're having fun. Take a look at tonight's slate. It's Minnesota at Toronto. These are the early games at 7 Eastern. Nuggets at the Wizards. And then the 8 o'clock games, Eastern time. Portland at Memphis. Philadelphia is at New Orleans. The Golden State Warriors an hour later will travel to Utah. And look at the Utah Jazz at 14-9. And then the Spurs will visit the Bulls versus 11-10. Watch the Bulls in the East. They may be 11-10 right now. They've lost their last 3. But watch this Bulls team. They don't have to deal with the drama of Derrick Rose. They don't have to deal with the drama of Joakim Noah. They virtually have been injury-free so far to start the season. And anybody who watched sports knows injuries tell a big part of the story. Huge part of the story. Now, I went completely off yesterday when someone made the suggestion that Russell Westbrook would be the logical choice for the most valuable player, and I say hogwash. Russell Westbrook won't even get it. I don't care if he's got the longest triple-double streak since Michael Jordan in 1989. I don't care about that. Russell Westbrook would not get a sniff of the MVP voting. Not a sniff. And I said yesterday, the MVP will reside in Oakland. And speaking of Oakland, let me get back to the Golden State Warriors here. Every time they've lost at home, they've gone on a rampage. They've lost twice by double digits, once to the Spurs and once to the Lakers. And the Lakers game was on the road. They're going to go on another rampage. They're going to go on another rampage. And it began last night with the Clippers. Actually began the night before that. When they, man, oh man. I think it began 2 nights. It began 2 nights ago. I beg your pardon. It began on Monday. The Indiana Pacers dropped 60 points on the Indiana Pacers. You hear me? 60 points. Now, that can happen to the Indiana Pacers, and they've already have destroyed the Oklahoma City Thunder. Already beat them down. They're going to beat them down every time this year. Imagine what's going to happen when they see San Antonio again. Now, are they going to blow out the Spurs? No. They won't beat them by 20 like they did the first time they played them last year. Warrior team are still the Golden State Warriors. They are still the team to beat in the West unless San Antonio says otherwise. Horse race in the Western Conference. It's a 2-horse race. It's the Spurs and the Warriors and then everybody else. I have said it for the last 3 years, and I will say it again. The only team that can take out the Warriors would be San Antonio, and I wouldn't complain one bit about it because you got 2 of the best teams in the NBA, and damn what they say about Cleveland. Hell, Christmas Day, Steph Curry is going to go completely off. And if he doesn't go completely off, Kevin Durant will. Kevin Durant has been a difference maker for the Golden State Warriors. Kevin Durant is a difference maker for the Golden State Warriors, okay? Because he's worked on his defensive game. Everybody who said that Kevin Durant will be a defensive liability, eat your words. So far, eat your words. Everybody who said the Golden State Warriors would struggle to score because of the depth that they lost off their bench, eat those words too. They're the highest scoring team in the league. But to the people who actually thought there would be, before I even say it, yeah, there are a few chemistry issues. I mean, the Golden State Warriors average the most turnovers in the league, okay, per game. And yet, they still win. They still win. It's a 2-horse race, I feel, so far for the NBA championship. And everybody is talking about Cleveland. Everybody is talking about Golden State, like me. But the team that's on the radar is the San Antonio Spurs. I said it. The Spurs are going to fly under the radar. They're flying under the radar right now. They trail the Golden State Warriors only by 1 game. It's a 2-horse race in the West, and it's probably a 2-horse race in the NBA. The Spurs are the dark horse in the West, and the Bulls are the dark horse in the East. Period. I don't care what people say. Anybody who remembers Superman from 1979 gets that one. Got a break. When we come back, Mark Heffernan on the other side of it. As we continue the express edition of Snowman in the Morning, snowmaninthemorning.com. We're going to make a few final changes in our format on the website. Check out all the affiliate sites of Arena Sports Net. We're taking this show to the masses. And in 2 weeks' time, I got a big announcement. Speaking of taking the show to the masses, let me go to a break. Mark Heffernan on the other side. Snowman in the Morning, back in the deuce.
This is Arena Sports Net, bringing the spotlight back to the student athlete.
He pumps and throws one deep down the sideline, pitches open. He's got it inside the 35 to the 32-yard line.
Oh, yeah.
Drops the throw. Pressure coming in. He is sacked. And on the sack is Belton. John Belton. Woohoo! Ball on the right hash. Snap to Hall. A pump. He throws. Pinson's running free. He's got it. Touchdown! Oh, what a catch! What a catch! Pumps and throws. Ordway's open. Leaping grab made inside the 40, down to the 36-yard line. Out of the shotgun formation again with Elliott to the left of Anderson. He throws a fade for. Oh, what a catch! What a catch! One-handed catch by Dylan Tuck. The Hawaiian Tuck has it. Touchdown!
Oh, yeah.
Now finds Logan James. Ball's free. Ball's still free. Still free. Peels has it. Peels shoots. Scores, and the Blazers have tied it. Mitchell holds and looks. Starts to dribble with the left hand. Gives it back to Zeke. But Zeke is faked. Finds Peels. A free. Yes! Tie game! Tie game! Woohoo! He'll unload a three. He hits it! He hits it! Malcolm Reed hits a three!
Oh, yeah.
The pitch. A swing and a drive in the deep right field. This may do it. That ball is going, gone. Goodbye! McKinney, a swing and a drive in the deep left field. Goodbye. That ball is gone.
Are you kidding me?
And the pitch. A swing and a drive in the deep right field. Going, gone. Goodbye. Here in Hebron. Pitch to Patrick. A swung on and hit in the deep right field. That ball is going, gone. Goodbye.
Oh, yeah.
Expand your brand during the 2016-2017 play-by-play story on Arena Sportsnet.
Now what's that? I say, now what's that boy up to? Better check on it, yeah.
You're listening to Snowman in the Morning.
Ask a silly question, get a silly answer.
Express edition of Snowman in the Morning continues. The second half of today's show is brought to you by South Lake Body Auto Shop. Did I read that one away? Nope. Second half of today's show, let me try this, is brought to you by Subway of Hebron. Build your breakfast your way or grab the sandwich of your choice, making a meal, adding a few goodies. Visit Subway of Hebron, Indiana at 615 North Main Street. Open to 10 p.m. every day. Subway, eat fresh. I got Mark Heffernan coming on in 60 seconds, and while we have those 60 seconds, it's now time for the Wiltfang Builders question of the day. And the Wiltfang Builders question of the day is show buffs. So I'm going to go there with this one. If you could bring any show back to its original format or to a format that you are familiar with the host, the music, and everything, what would that show be? I'm about to put this question out now on all of Arena Sportsnet's social media, but if you could bring a game show back in its original format, what would it be? Tweet your answers to at SIT Morning and at Arena Sportsnet. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/SIT Morning and /Arena Sportsnet. And the same for Instagram, Google+. That's all our ID, Arena Sportsnet and SIT Morning. And that's me typing the question. If you could bring a game show back in its original format, host and all, what show would that be? That is our question of the day, and it's brought to you by Wiltfang Builders, building quality new homes and doing quality remodeling since 1947. Visit them at 110 West Wilson in Hebron or call them at 219-996-7131. You can also email them at wiltfangbuilders@yahoo.com. All right, Hef should be on his way here to talk some more NBA with me. And I just want to say, there's a couple of game shows I can bring back. I know one of them would be Card Sharks. And I don't know. Well, Jim Perry can't do it. Unfortunately, Jim Perry passed away. But Bob Eubanks could do his version. Okay, Mark, I'm ready for you. Mark Heffernan on the way in just a moment to talk some NBA chatter. And in fact, I'm letting him know I'm ready for him now. But it should, let's see, what are some of the old game shows I used to watch? Let's see, I mentioned Card Sharks. Y'all remember High Rollers? There were two versions of that, one with Alex Trebek and one with Wink Martindale. They brought the $50,000 pyramid back, or the $100,000 pyramid back. Michael Strahan hosted it. The person who made the pyramid famous, it went on to glory some time back. Dick Clark, Bill Cullen as well. Let's see. What are some other ones? Some other ones that there's plenty. I'm drawing a blank right now. But the Will Fame Builders question of the day, if you could bring back any game show. Thank you, Christy. Match Game. Oh man, they brought back Match Game, but they need to find somebody better than Alec Baldwin to do it. I love the original version with Gene Rayburn. And I'm talking about the CBS version because anyone who's a game show buff remembers the Match Game started on NBC back in the 60s before they revamped the daylights out of it. And it became so popular from 1973 to 1982. What are some other ones? Help me out. Help me out, guys. Oh, shucks. Oh, you know what? I got one. You know what show I'd bring back in a heartbeat if everyone was available to do it? Press Your Luck. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that game show with the whammies? I'd bring that one back in a heartbeat. But the original cast won't be available. You know, Peter Tamarkin died in a horrific plane crash, and Roddy passed away due to cancer. I believe Rod passed away in 2003. The old school game shows were the one to watch. Oh, here's one. Hey, you guys remember this? You know what games? The original Bob Barker Price is Right. Hell yes. Hell yes. Oh, I'd love to have Bob back, but he called it quits in 2000. He retired in 2007. His legacy is cemented forever. Okay. What else? What are some other game shows y'all would bring back? And Mark Heffernan, you're late. You guys remember Name That Tune? Huh? I bring. Oh, here are two of them for you. Here are two of them for you. I'd bring back Tic-Tac-Doe with Wink Martindale and The Joker's Wild. You know, some of the game show hosts that I mentioned have gone on to glory. Yes, Christy, I said Pressure Luck already. I don't know. I'll have to ask Linnell this question. And I bet you she'd say the same answer I would, which is the original Price is Right with Bob Barker. I know that would be a change everyone would want to make in a heartbeat. Bob Barker did do an April Fool's episode of Price is Right a year ago. You know, and they changed the wording. They say, here's your host instead of here's the star of The Price is Right. They stopped that, I want to say 2009. George Gray, who did a syndicated version of The Weakest Link, is the announcer there. And they did an April Fool's episode of Price is Right. And he walked out the doors and everybody went nuts. They went berserk. But wouldn't you? If you were there waiting for Drew Carey to come through the doors and you see Bob Barker come through the doors, and wouldn't you go nuts? I would. I certainly would. Oh, man. 42 after the hour, Snowman in the morning, and old Snowman's talking game shows this morning. Bring back. I mentioned Pressure Luck already. I know not many people remember its predecessor, Second Chance. The predecessor to Pressure Luck. I mentioned Name That Tune already, and there were two versions, one with Tom Kennedy and one with who did the second version in 84? Jim Lang. There is one. Hey, Christy, I got one for you. The Newlywed Game. Doggone it. Oh, Lordy. You may as well bring back the dating game too, if you're going to bring them all back. My voice just, man, Linnell's going to freak out when she hears my voice crack like that. Fortunately, I got some vitamin C cough drops here. So you hear a little cracking. That's me with a vitamin C cough drop because my voice cracked. I knew you'd like it. Hey, folks, while I'm talking about shows and while I'm talking about shows, the Sportatorium made its debut. It's going to be we're going to make a full launch debut of the Sportatorium on Monday. Going to play a new episode, and also we're going to get you caught up on the episodes that have already aired. Also, Stay Out of My Crease, talking NHL hockey. That's every Wednesday night. The Flex Zone has returned to Arena Sportsnet, and I'm going to bite the hell out of this cough drop, and Linnell gets on me about that too. But be that as it may, we got some great new shows coming down the pike. Second season of King's Court will premiere right before Super Bowl weekend. The weekend before the Super Bowl is when the King's Court season 2 will make its debut. And I'm still cracking. Doggone it. Also, tomorrow, doubleheader in Hebron, as we have Porter County Conference basketball, the Lacrosse Tigers, and the Hebron Hawks and boys and girls basketball that will start tomorrow at 5 p.m. It's their homecoming, so we're going to do it right. I'm sorry, I have a cough drop in my mouth right now. But before we go to our final break, what are some other game shows that y'all would bring back? You know what? I'd bring concentration back. I would bring concentration back. And then there was classic concentration. Classic concentration with Alex Trebek. Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune are still here. Rules have changed, but the format is still the same. But it's after Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune and Price is Right where they need to bring the game show genre back. Let's see, what else? What are the ones that I watch a lot? I already mentioned some of my favorites. Joker's Wild, Pressure Luck, Tic-Tac-Doe. I'd host Tic-Tac-Doe because I love trivia. You remember Treasure Hunt with Jeff Edwards? That's another favorite of mine. When they created the Game Show Network, they used to air all the classics, and now they just have all these weird shows. They lost its premise. That's why Buzzer came along. That's exactly why Buzzer came along and snatched up the rights to all the old shows. And I love it. I love it. Oh, man. Some of the people that have commented on the post I put up yesterday, when December 7th is my official 21st anniversary in broadcasting. And Dennis O'Boyle, bless his heart, says, "Congratulations, Brian. You have been a blessing to the lives of many." I appreciate that so much. John Banky says, "Rock on." Gary Roberts says, "Keep up the good work." One of my friends from high school, Erica Robinson Allen, says, "Congratulations." Thank you all very much. I'm surprised I didn't mention it yesterday. We had some technical difficulties in the studio yesterday, but technical difficulties be damned. I'm going to pick on Mark when I get him on the phone. I don't think I'll be able to get him on the phone this morning because we're way past time for our last break. Only a couple minutes behind, but you know what? A couple minutes is a couple minutes. And Mark, let me thank you for getting on me about sticking to a schedule. I had to move Mark around 3 times this week, and that's not fair to him. So, Mark, I apologize to you. A break, and then we'll wrap it up with a spoken word, and then I got to get out of here. I got some stuff to do. But repeating our Will Fang Builders question of the day, if you could bring a game show back in its original format, which show would it be? Let me know your answers. Snowman in the Morning, back in a flash!
At South Lake Body Auto Shop at 7991 Clay Street in Maryville, Indiana, we have a full-service mechanic repair shop for all makes and models of cars and trucks. At the same location, we have a body shop in which we do body repair and paint work on semis, as well as all makes and models of cars and trucks. Our hours are 8 to 5 Monday through Friday and Saturday from 8 to 3. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 219-947-9900. That's 219-947-9900, or visit SouthLakeBodyAutoSales.com. Wilt Fang Builders of Hebert have been building quality new homes and remodeling since 1947. Visit them in 110 West Wilson in Hebert, Indiana, or call them at 219-996-7131. You can also email them at wiltfangbuilders@yahoo.com. Wilt Fang Builders, quality new homes and remodeling since 1947.
King's Court is now in session at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central. The King of Connecticut, Matt Granahan, brings you guests from all walks of life, and every story is on the table. The King's Court is presented by American Grappler, MMA, and Wrestling Outfitters. The King's Court with the King of Connecticut, Matt Granahan. Thursday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, exclusively on Arena Sportsnet.
Today's program is brought to you in part by Dairy Queen of Hebron, where their Blizzard of the Month for the month of December is the Candy Cane Oreo Blizzard Treat. It's a mix of candy cane and Oreo cookie pieces blended in our world-famous vanilla soft serve. Visit Dairy Queen, Front Street in Hebron, Indiana.
Now what's that? I say now what's that boy up to? Better check on it, yeah.
You're listening to Snowman in the Morning.
Ask a silly question, get a silly answer.
I did something wrong. I had a great show. You guys are awesome. To the folks that say you're not getting as many views or as many listens as you once did, I'll be back. All right. Dairy Queen of Hebron sponsors our final segment. The Blizzard of the Month is the Candy Cane Oreo Blizzard Treat, and it's snowing where I am right now. How's the weather where you guys are? Oh man, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Express edition today. I certainly enjoyed it. I enjoy having you guys listen in. Is this Mark? Mark, where the heck you been?
What's happening?
Where the heck you been, man?
I think I went back to sleep. That's what happened.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
on.
Well, we got we can go a little bit longer on this Express episode. I know you got a few things to say about your Lakers, so the floor is yours. Fire away.
You want me to talk about the Lakers?
You said you were going on a rampage.
Yeah, well, I think the thing about them is they're not very talented. And still, D'Angelo Russell, their point guard, has been out for about 9 games. So, you have a team without their floor leader. But the main problem with them is they just don't play any defense, pretty much like they were with Byron Scott.
Yeah.
And I think last night's game was pretty much an embarrassment playing against a good team like Houston, who I guess is like won 5 of the last 6 games, 134-95. That's bad. And the record now 10-14, so they've lost 4 straight. And Houston is 15-7, so they're on the way up. James Harden has some help there with the Rockets, so they're playing very well.
Now, I talked about this earlier in the show. Yeah, the Warriors got blown out by San Antonio and by the Lakers earlier this year. And then they've just been on a rampage. Doc Rivers said before the season started that there is no gap between the Clippers and the Warriors. And my response is the following, and I want you to touch on this. Want to bet, Doc Rivers?
He said there's no gap, huh? Yeah, right. The problem is the Clippers never beat Golden State. I think they have a mental block against the Warriors, and the Warriors are a great team.
Mm-hmm.
But I think last night, you've seen the first quarter, Golden State outscored the Clippers by 18 points in the first quarter in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at the stats last night in the fourth quarter. None of the top players for the Clippers had a good game. Chris Paul, Griffin, and the center, all those guys were shooting under 50%. Quarter.
And Griffin turned the ball over 7 times.
Top guy off the bench had 2 points. I think a couple of days ago, that shooter had like 30 points in games. So nobody who's a main player for the Clippers had a good game last night. And Crawford off the bench had a solid game, but it was very one-sided. And the fact is, you're supposed to be a top-notch team like the Clippers. You can't get your butts beat like that on your home court. And especially down by 18 after 1. I can understand the Lakers. It happens to them, but they're 10-14. The Clippers have been one of the better teams in the West for the past 4 or 5 years. But one problem they have, they don't match up well with Golden State with or without Kevin Durant.
And Blake Griffin had 7 turnovers last night. and I'll repeat a point that you said as we're coming down the stretch here on Snowman in the Morning. I'll repeat a point that you said, Mark, about them having a mental block, the Clippers, against the Warriors.
Yes.
7 straight wins by Golden State over the Clippers. The Clippers haven't beat Golden State in a little over a year. You know, why do the
Even
Clippers
the Lakers have beaten Golden State once this year, once last year. Yeah,
Exactly. So the Lakers have an advantage over the Clippers is that they've beaten Golden State twice in the past 2 years. Why can't the Clippers get it together against the Warriors?
But the Lakers can't beat the Clippers. In fact, almost every time the Clippers play the Lakers, they blow them out. Why can't they beat them? I don't know. Like I said, you see that happen in sports. You know, sometimes there's one team you can't take down. Sometimes that team is not very good. They have your number. The fact is Golden State's very good, number one. Number two, they don't match up well with them.
No, they don't.
Physically, mentally.
And remember, this is
like I said last night. You come out and you're down by 18 after one. You know something's going on there because the Clippers have been playing reasonably well lately. Players are healthy. Their main players are healthy. Paul and Griffin and Jordan, the center. You know, a guy told me a couple of days ago. He goes, "Well, so this has been the first time the Clips play Golden State when they're healthy in a year and a half." So he goes, "There's going to be a different story." Well, you know, I picked the Clips by 5 points last night, think that they were going to play reasonably well. And then when I heard what happened after one quarter, I thought, you know, same old Clippers. So I don't really have an answer for you. I don't have any idea.
You know,
I think that, like I said, they don't match up well, but for some reason, my friend said he was watching the game. I was somewhere with my brother. My friend said that they came out very tentative and nervous. And I'm thinking, why are they tentative for? Why are you tentative? It's a regular season game. It's not the playoffs. It's not the NBA Finals. When he told me that, I thought, well, same old story for the Clips. They're tentative. Why are they tentative? For some reason, they get nervous and they play Golden State. They know in the head, Brian, you know, you play sports, I play sports. Sometimes you know the other guy is better than you, whether you're running 100 meters or 50 meters. And the problem is you have that plays to your mind. Before that game starts, the Clippers know they can't beat Golden State.
Yeah.
It's already ingrained in their head. And if they won 10 straight, for some reason, they don't feel they can beat that team.
And it's been proven.
And so I think they're defeated. They're defeated before the game even starts.
San
I don't care what
Antonio's
Doc Rivers says. He's not playing.
San Antonio's flying under the radar. They trail the Warriors by only a game. Is it essentially only a 2-horse race in the West?
Yeah. Hey, you know, San Antonio's amazing. They just keep on trucking, don't they, every year? You don't hear a lot about them. You look up, they're like 18-4.
Yep.
It amazes me. You know, great coaching and, you know, players change, but they continue to win. Yeah, they're right there. A little different style than Golden State, but it's still very effective.
It is very effective.
You can't get rid of that team.
Now, we know everyone's going to talk about Cleveland in the East. Who are some dark horses in the East? Because
the Cavs.
Look.
126-94 with Knicks. Irving, 28 points. Thompson, 20 rebounds, man. And Jimmy, 16 points for the Knicks. The Cavs right now are 15-5. The Knicks are 12-10. So New York is playing better more recently. They're not good enough to beat the Cavs. You know, they got clobbered by them, you know, at home. I guess the Cavs had a very good overall effort from LeBron and the other guys. So, you know, Cleveland's still looking pretty good. You know, the Lakers play the Knicks, I think, at home coming up. And this guy said, well, the next 5 games for the Lakers are patsies. And I said, no games for the Lakers are patsies. I mean, everybody's going to give them a good game. The Knicks are 12-10. The Lakers are 10-14. So what do you mean patsies or cakewalk? No game they play is a cakewalk. Yeah, that kind of defense. Everybody is good against you. Everybody. So, you know, I think with the Lakers, I was more ranting and raving yesterday, the day before. Right now, I'm just tired. But I think with them, you know, they have to get Russell back.
Yeah.
And Nick Young. I mean, they're 2 of your top 4 scorers have consecutive games. Also, you have Larry Nance Jr. who's injured.
Mm-hmm.
So Nance and Russell, your young guys, have been out for quite a while. And Young shoots too much, but the fact is, you're lacking scoring when you don't have Russell and Young.
Exactly.
If you look at the Lakers when they were 7-5, they were scoring more points. We know the Lakers are not a very good defensive team. They have to score to win games.
Mm-hmm.
They can't score 85 to 90 and win hardly any games.
Well, when they
They're
have
a
everybody,
matador defensive team, so they have to put more points on the board. And with these guys, they'll have more of a chance to win. They're not very deep. A lot of guys that are starting for them should not be starting, like Brandon Ingram.
mm-hmm.
He should be coming up to start in the NBA. And then some of the guys that are their top reserves now will not be their top reserves, and these other guys come back. So you got a rotational problem. But the main issue for them is that the guys they have at point guard will score about 2 or 3 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
Lou Williams is doing a great job coming off the bench. And Clarkson, been starting. He had a great game the other day, but last night he kind of stunk as a starter. So, he needs to get his act together, Jordan Clarkson. To me, he's not playing as well as he should be. Rebounds, but both Clarkson and Randle are not scoring like they were a couple of weeks ago. They need to pick up their games, especially Clarkson. I don't know what his problem is. Third or fourth year? He should be getting better now, not worse. Everybody goes, well, they're going to get better as the year progresses. Not really. This team's actually getting worse.
This is true.
I don't know what the issue is, but Walton might have been overhyped when they're 7-5. So what's the story now with Walton? How great of a coach is he right now? Anybody can be an excellent coach when you're leading Golden State last year with their talent.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
What was he like? 27-4 with them. He was 7-5 with the Lakers. Now they're going pretty good. They get a couple of injuries. They kind of stink right now.
Mm-hmm.
So how good of a coach are you when your team's lost like 7 of 8, and most of those games are getting blown out by 25 to 30 points?
Exactly.
Anybody can coach the Lakers, and they can beat by 35 points. So how great are you? That's typical LA media, where you overhype a person for a while, then they lose, and what's the story now? I still think the problem with the Lakers is their front office, but you got to do a better job of teaching these guys how to play defense.
Mm-hmm.
And Byron Scott couldn't do it. He wasn't a defensive player. Luke Wall was not a very good defensive player. He was slow. He's not doing it. Something's not happening there.
Yeah, there's no
whatever. You're making enough money. Walton, you're making enough money to figure out a way.
Mm-hmm.
We know the players are making too much money on their team. Everybody in that team. Very few guys in that team are honoring that uniform by playing hard.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what irritates me, being a Laker fan for a long time. You can imagine Kobe and Kareem, this team, or James Worthy.
Oh,
how can you watch this team play for more than a quarter at a time? They're horrible.
You just said
Lakers don't stand for mediocrity, but this team right now is mediocre.
Oh, man, you just said one of my favorite players of all time, in James Worthy. Big game
James. Big game James Worthy.
Big game James. Big game James.
Hey, you like those first steps of his, man? When he get that ball in the low post and
the quickest step,
pivot around the guys and throw up a little left-handed hook or left-handed dunk.
And I mean, those steps were so fast.
Well, the fact is, Brian, the Lakers don't have any awesome players. And the thing is that, we want them to be better, us fans. But you look at them, the top scorer is 16 points a game, and he's hurt. D'Angelo Russell. In the NBA have at least one star. Maybe not one great player, but they have one star. The Lakers don't really have a star. They got a lot of guys that are kind of equal ability, gay players.
Right.
The best player is Lou Williams. And he's been playing very well.
Yep.
But they had more balance the first part of the year when they were 7-5. And he comes to play every game. Everybody else, we don't know who's going to come to play with our team.
And weren't the Lakers
different animal than when we had Kobe Bryant, or for years you had a star, then you had and the other people. You just have a bunch of average and mediocre players in their team. And I think sometimes a guy like me is expecting too much from them. See, I expect a lot from the Lakers, but that doesn't translate to the talent they have on the team right now. I don't think I'm really looking at it from a realistic sense.
Mm-hmm.
Where I expect the Lakers to be much better, but they don't really have the talent to be a lot better. They should be a little bit better than they are now,
Right.
but they're not going to be an elite team with the talent they have. So I don't know if they need to do a trade. You know, getting the number one pick every year or first and second round is not going to make you a great team because nobody they've selected has really been that awesome yet. I mean, Clarkson, Randall, Russell, a lot of question marks about them. None of these guys are great players. None of these guys are frontline NBA players. I mean, they're okay. Clarkson 14.5 per game, Randall 12.8, and then Russell 16. None of them are stars in the NBA.
Well, they
Are they going to
were
be stars?
7 and 5.
I really doubt it. I mean, your second or third year, you should start being, you know, NBA is a younger man's league. It's not like baseball or football.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you're 22, 23, look how good Kobe was at 22 or 23.
Yeah.
It didn't take him until 25 or 26.
No, it sure didn't. And to say the
No,
least,
I'm just saying that. I mean, the thing is that they've had a lot of top picks. And these guys are okay, but none of them has. I don't see any. None of those three guys really blossoming
right.
and becoming a star. At their position, they're down the line in the NBA. Randall, power forward. Clarkson, shooting guard. Russell, point guard. 4 or 5 players in the league at their position. Will they be? I don't know. I don't really see it. I mean, they may have an occasional game here and there, but nothing that where one has really gotten on a roll.
Right.
I don't know what the problem is. Maybe they, you know, the personnel people, you know, have them in the combines and the whole thing. Maybe they potentially thought they were going to be better. Whoever was watching them and everything. You watch them do the jumping and the drills and the shooting and things like that. But, you know, some teams can turn around within a year or two with their draft picks.
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers haven't. The Lakers have been bad for over 3 years, and they still – well, how about Ingram? I mean, come on, man. I mean, he has a lot of skills, but he looks like a wimp.
Mm-hmm.
Look at his size. Was he 6'10"? Is he even 200 pounds?
No, I don't
I
think
mean, come on,
is.
is he going to scare anybody in the NBA? Any?
Mm-hmm.
I know he went on some kind of a weight deal in the off season, but I don't know. He probably still should be in college, but guys want to come out early. You know, somebody thinks they're, you know, a team
And
that's
I
desperate
don't
like
like-
the Lakers wants to draft somebody like that. And
I don't like
he may be
guys.
pretty good in the future, but you don't know.
I don't like.
He may be pretty good.
I don't like guys coming out early before they're ready. I don't like that. I never have like that. That's the Mark
I think a
Heffernan.
lot of guys do that now.
Yep.
I mean, Zach Levine for Minnesota is finally coming to his own.
Mm-hmm. But how long did it take?
I mean, he's a great leaper and everything, but I know he's scoring more points this year, which means he's probably improved his shooting and defense and things like that, even though the team's not winning. But
Right.
LA, he came off the bench as a sixth man. You could tell he had supreme talent as far as leading ability,
Mm-hmm.
but his overall game wasn't that good.
Right.
A few years to get going, but I think he was like a financial hardship case. He felt he had to go because of a family, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But it took him a while. Russell Westbrook was at UCLA for 2 years. Kevin Love.
Right.
And he's amazing to me because he couldn't shoot in college. He was a great defensive player, a great athlete. Oh, an unbelievable player. But most guys are not going to be like Russell Westbrook.
Not at
If
all.
you can't shoot in college, he's an exception. But most guys that come out early do not become solid NBA players. We can look down the line. I don't know. There's a lot. UCLA has a lot of guys in the pros. Look at Kevon Looney for Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
He played at UCLA, I think, 1 year. And I guess he's been hurt most of his time in the NBA, and they have high hopes for him. But he's not even starting, not even playing. How many years has he been in the NBA?
I think
He should have stayed at UCLA 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
No, the other Holiday's done pretty good. The older Holiday, the guard, he's doing well in the NBA. His brother is kind of struggling at UCLA. Well, he's okay. He's coming off the bench.
Yeah.
But one and done, they kind of disappear in the NBA.
That's the half.
Well,
Marquette
the other guy
Fernandez.
who's playing for Minnesota, the other lefty, was at UCLA for a year. He went to school in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
He's done okay. I forget his name. I see his name pop up once in a while. But he wasn't ready after a year at UCLA.
No, he wasn't.
I mean, you see him 20-some points here and there, but for the money, or are you coming out because you think you're going to be a star?
Well,
I think
most
to
do
be
it for the
the
money.
10th man on the team, fine. You're just coming out for the money.
Mm-hmm.
Most guys don't have the maturity or the physical skills to play in the NBA. Him, he's only 19 or 20.
Yeah.
My problem with him is he's so skinny. He doesn't know. They don't know where to put him. You know, he's point guard, forward. I'll give him a break. My issue with him is that I know maybe he has a fast metabolism, but gosh, he's going to get crushed. And he had a decent game last night, but generally he's going to get crushed in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll give him some time. Not going to knock on him, but Walton has him started and give him minutes, but it's really kind of, for the most part, it's kind of a joke. He's not really helping the team much as a starter. He needs a rotation, but do I look at it? Your starter lineup stinks. It's not working. You need to change things.
Yeah.
I mean, the other day they had Metta World Peace. They had Ingram. Who else did you have? I can't think right now. You had Dane. That starting lineup had like 34 points in a game.
Mm-hmm.
Same day, Klay Thompson had 60 points for the Warriors in three quarters.
In 3 quarters. In
And
29
Thompson
minutes.
had more points in the first quarter. In the first quarter for Golden State, than the Lakers starting lineup had for the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
And he just started. I mean, two guys had 4 points, another guy had 5, and Williams had big games off the bench. It doesn't make a difference. Ultimately, all that matters is how many points you score at the end of the game if you win. I guess you can tinker the lineup all you want, but if the guys can't get it done, they can't get it done. But the Lakers play, easier schedule the next 5 games, so they got to turn it around somewhat. But I don't think they're a playoff team because I don't think they're capable of winning 4 or 5 in a row. So they're already 4 back of 500. I think you got to be over 500 to make it to the playoffs, and other teams are passing them up. Even the bottom teams are catching up to them.
Mm-hmm.
You can't afford to lose 7 or 8 games in a row at this juncture if you're a bottom line team. Well, I think the team is playing pretty good, Brian, as the Celtics.
Yep.
They're 13-9. They beat the Magic 117-87. Magic now 10-13. Bradley had 23 for Boston. Augustine had 15. So Magic have, I guess, 3 losses in a row. The Hornets beat the Pistons 87-77. They're 13-9. A lot of teams kind of around that mark where they're over 500.
Mm-hmm.
And Drummond for the Pistons had 26 points and 20 rebounds. But they lost 87-77. Only 77 points for Detroit. Not too good.
No.
And they're 12-12. So, it's kind of not a real good game for the team, but he had a big time game. The Nuggets are 8-14. They lost to the Nets by a score 116-111. The Nuggets not doing well. The Nets 6-15, so you have a couple of teams there that are worse than the Lakers. Chandler had 27 points and 15 rebounds for Denver. Brook Lopez 24 for the Nets. You talk about the Hawks. It's amazing. The Lakers have beaten the Hawks twice.
Yep.
Once at home, once on the road.
Once in
the
Atlanta.
Hawks are 11-12. They had a fast start, but they've been struggling. They win 103-95 over Miami. Johnson 27 points for the Heat, who are 7-15, and Howard 23 points, 17 boards for Atlanta. You think of Miami not many years ago. They had LeBron and Dwayne Wade and
right.
Chris Bosh, and they were into a number of NBA finals, won 2 in a row, and Wade leaves and LeBron leaves, and Bosh just had health issues, and look what team now. Same coach and 7-15.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, coaching does make a difference in the team, but you got to have the talent.
Yeah,
the same coach they had LeBron and Wade and was winning championships is now 7-15.
Mm-hmm.
Even worse than the Lakers.
And they're gonna suffer for a while.
Coaching sometimes is overrated. It's overrated sometimes. Any coach will tell you you have to have
the talent
at any level, high school, college, or pros. Not a lot, but even some coaches that are said to be great struggle Well, they don't have the horses.
They sure
What do you think about the Bucks? What do you think about the Bucks? They're 11-9. Parker had 27 last night. 15-107. Portland's 12-11. Damian Lillard, who's one of the top guards in the league, had 30 points and 6 assists. What do you think of Milwaukee, who's now 11-9?
I will close with.
They're kind of in the mix there in the East.
They're kind of in the mix, but and this is where we're close. Milwaukee's a year out. I believe they're still a year out. I mean, they have some great talented players that are there right now, but it's like you said, it's putting it all together.
Yeah.
They had a great playoff series. I wouldn't say great because they lost 4-2 to the Bulls, but at the same time, when you're down 3-0 and you win the next 2, you know, that'll get some people's attention. But I think the Bucks are about a year out right now. A couple more pieces, and they will be able to compete just as fiercely as they did back in the day when they played at the Mecca. And the Bucks are getting a new arena here pretty soon. That's our NBA chat with Mark Heffernan. We're going back to Tuesdays, okay? I messed it up this week because there was so much going on, but we're going back to Tuesdays, and he'll have we'll talk during the second hour each Tuesday. And this NBA chat brought to you by Butcher Box, dedicated to bringing 100% grass-fed beef, organic chicken, and heritage-bred pork, delivered on your schedule for less than $6.50 per meal. They offer 2 to 5 day delivery. The meat and slash frozen at the peak of freshness, packed with dry ice, and shipped directly to your door each month. The Hef will join me every Tuesday to talk NBA, and everything is on the table, including that short chat we had about one James Worthy. Hey, man, thanks for being patient with me this week.
Baby.
Thanks for being patient with me this week, partner. I truly appreciate it.
You got it, man. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Hey. And that is pretty much going to do it, but I will leave y'all with this quick spoken word. Don't let anybody try to steal your joy. If they do, take it back from them. You don't have to say anything to them. You don't have to say anything derogatory about them. You don't have to do anything for them. You know, but just by your actions, let them know that they're not going to steal your joy. Because the more you give people power that pissed you off in the past, that's about the only way I can put it, the bigger advantage that they have over you. I got to thank Linnell for teaching me that lesson. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Snowman out, and God bless.